Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and today I'm going to be playing Spirit Island. I will be using one of my homemade spirits. This is the second out of 5 in my set that I'm calling Radical Adaptations. So I'm going to be playing with Mover of Shifting Seasons. Let's get rolling. All right, and I'm all set up now to play Spirit Island with Mover of Shifting Seasons. If you didn't watch the Table for One House Rules video on how I designed this spirit, you can go ahead and do that if you like. But if you're not going to do that, I mentioned I've play tested this one a few times, and I have since moved around the growth options a little bit and changed the thresholds for the innates. So this will be my first time playing with those changes, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be its final form. And you can find this spirit if you want to print and play the spirit and the cards that go with it. It's on my website, tablefor1.games, under the free content section. So feel free to check that out if you like. So the board is set up here. I'm just going to play a regular game against the standard invaders. No scenarios, no adversaries. I know when I played my previous game with the first spirit in this Radical Adaptation series, I used 2 boards, but it was a moderate spirit as well, so it was a little bit simpler. This one is very high complexity, so I just want to demonstrate sort of how it works without having to worry about too many other rules and stuff. So it's all set up. The initial explorer was in the jungle. And so I'm ready for my first growth option. So I think I'm going to start with growth 3. I think that's a good place to start. And I'm going to gain a power card first. I'm going to take a minor power. So I've got Carapace Land, Drought, Prowling Panthers, and Disorienting Landscape. From an element perspective, this spirit is pretty agnostic. It likes everything. Only one of them is cost 0, and I am a little energy starved, so what does that do? Carapace Land, if targeting a land with beasts, this power is +1 range, defend 3. If you have 2 earth, defend +3. If you watch Table for One House Rules video on this spirit, you might recall that in the summary of powers, defense was at 0. That was the lowest. This is very much a control and utility spirit. So I think I'm going to take that defense card without even really looking at the rest of these too much. Yeah, that's what I want. All right, so now I can add a presence at range 1, and I can move a presence. And I can, determine what order I want to do that in, too. I think I'm going to be a little bit... Well, I don't know. I'm going to move a presence from land 4 to land 5. And then I'm going to add a presence from the bottom track to land 6. I think that's what I want to do. Now I'm going to play a couple cards. I'm going to play Hmm. I think I'm going to place... oh, wait a minute. Before I do anything, I've done my growth. I should take my 1 energy. So now I only have 1 to spend. That's going to be important. Hmm. Interesting. I've already got some choices. So I was hoping to change land C1 there, change land 1 to not a jungle so it doesn't build, and then the Dahan would counterattack and take out the Explorer later. But I also wanted to affect this land. I was wondering if I played these 2 together, I would have the elements needed for the first 2 levels of Indomitable Resolve. So 1, but I would have to target a jungle or wetland at range 1. 1 damage per Dahan present. I'd rather do that there, but it is slow. And there's only 1 Dahan there. 1 fear. If any Dahan are present, add a Dahan. I think I will do that. I'm going to play these 2. I'm already feeling the energy crunch. I think that's a pretty good start. I unlock the first 2 levels of this. And let's go ahead and pay. These are both fast. Boy, do I want to use this right now? I like this, but I might want the defend. I won't get the defend effect, and next time I would. I'm going to hold it, but man, I don't know. All right, so we're in the fast phase. So from this wetland, I can target 1 land within range 1 and make it a wetland. And then I can either gather up to 2 explorers, towns, or Dahan, or I can add a disease. Gosh, I almost wonder if I should go back and put this presence here instead so I can target this and make it a mountain and then push 2 Dahan out. Oh man, see, there's a lot of possibilities. It can be so tricky. I'm going to stick with what I have. I'm going to, I guess I want to keep the buildings out of the interior. I want to keep buildings out of the interior. So I'll target land 4. So it is now a wetland instead of a jungle. And then do I want to gather? I can gather a couple Dahan. I can gather the town. That's interesting too. Or I can add a disease. I didn't think about gathering the town to get it closer to the coast. Maybe that's what I'll do. It says up to 2. I can gather a Dahan as well. And then that's it. That's what that card does. Okay. See, my brain's already pretzeling. All right, so we're going to burn 1 event. No Blighted Island effects, no fear cards yet. So we go to the Invader steps. They ravage nowhere. They build in the jungle. We're going to build in land 1, but land 4 is a wetland, not a jungle, so they don't build there. And now they're going to explore the mountains here and here. Now, slow phase, I don't have anything. So now we go to time passes. So the jungle turns back to a jungle. And we're back at the top. I think I'm going to take that. Growth 3 again. I think I will take growth 3 again and gain a card. I need some 0 cost cards. These all cost 1. Okay. So I've got Rouse the Trees and Stones, Call to Migrate, Dire Metamorphosis, and Guardian Serpents. I don't remember Guardian Serpents. I had a beast in one of target spirit's lands. If target spirit has a sacred site in that land, defend 4. So it's another defense. That's good. And it's the only one of these that's fast. And it can, again, add some defense for me. Yeah, I'm going to take that. Although I almost want Call to Migrate. Gather up to 3 Dahan, push up to 3 Dahan. But it is slow. 2 damage and I'm going to take the Serpents one. Alright, so now I can add a presence and move a presence. And I'm going to go from the top track now. Which I probably should have done the first time. I need to get to that 2 energy more than I needed. I went for 2 card plays last time and didn't use it. If I had gone from the top track, I could have had an element and done the innate. So not a very efficient start. Okay, I think I'm going to put a presence in this jungle, actually. And then am I going to move a presence at all? Move it up to 1. No, I think I'm going to leave my presence where it is. Alright, so I'm going to play 2 cards. And I'm only going to have 1 energy. So this will have to be one of the cards. Man, there's so many things I could do. I guess I could do this. Although I don't know if I love that. I think I put the presence there so I could do this. Man, I wish I had more gather. What am I gonna do? Jeez Louise. Okay. Oh, boy. All right, this is what I'm going to do. So this will cost 1. We'll start here. Range 0. I'm going to target land 4 and defend 3 at a minimum. I think that's all I'll need, though. I'll defend 3 there. I pay for this. I'm in the fast phase, I guess, at this point. Yeah, I'm going to target from land 6 to land 1. Land 1 is a sand now. I'm going to push a town to here. And I need to pick one element. So can I do... I guess I already have this, and I'm 1 fire away from the second tier. And water, moon, animal. Yeah, I'm going to take a fire element. For this time, this is a fire. So I have tier 2 of a common foe forges alliances. Okay. That was the fast phase. So now we have an event. And the island is healthy, so civic engagement. On each board, remove 1 strife. If you can't, invaders do +1 damage per land when ravaging in lands with buildings. Okay. Casualties of Fang and Sting. On each board, destroy 1 explorer or town in a land with beasts. Oh, that's fantastic. Well, I guess this is my only option. I'll take out that town and get a fear. And then keep far from the lands of plague. On each board, push 3 Dahan from lands with disease to lands without disease. Only land 2 has disease, and there's no Dahan there. So all I have to remember is I couldn't remove any strife, so when ravaging in lands with buildings, invaders do +1 damage per land, which I guess isn't going to matter. All right, no blighted island effects, no fear card. So now invaders ravage in the sand. Land 1, or they ravage in the jungle. Land 1 is a sand, not a jungle, so they don't ravage. Land 4, there's no buildings, so they just do 1, and I'm defending 3. And then the Dahan counterattack. Now the invaders build in the mountains. And explore the sand. Okay. So that's going to be land 2, land 6, and land 1 is a sand. Okay, now we go to the slow phase, and I have the innate unlocked. A common foe forges alliances. I think I am going to target land 7. It has to be a mountain or a sand. Oh, wait a minute. that was my plan, but now the board has changed. I'm going to target land 2, which is a sand at range 1. 1 damage per Dahan in adjacent lands. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 damage, which takes out the city and the town. And earns a fear card. Okay, and then tier 2 is 1 fear. And add a strife. Okay. And that's it for slow powers. And then it's time passes. So all the land types revert. Feel like if I had attacked land 7 like I intended, would have helped for sure this turn. I'm gonna have something to deal with now, but it's hard to ignore getting rid of that city and town. So we're back to the top. I think I'm going to take growth option 2 for the energy. So I can move a presence 2 and move another presence 3. Or move 1 presence 5. So the cards I have left, I need to be in a jungle and a mountain to target. So I am in a jungle. I need to be in a mountain as well. I want to be there. Wait. Maybe not. I'm looking at Guardian Serpents here. And that wants me to have a sacred site. All right. Going back. So I can move a presence 2 and a presence 3. I'm going to move this one. 1, 2. And this one. 1, 2. Okay. So now I get 1 energy and I can play 2 cards. I'm going to play this and this. Which will each cost me 1. And then let's look at the elements. 2 animal. So if I have a water, I'll have 2 tiers of this. What have I got? Sun, earth. Yeah, I'm too many elements away from this one. So I will have the first tier of this, and then I'm going to give myself water element. And now I have the first 2 tiers of this. Okay, so let's pay for these. Get into the fast phase. Guardian Serpents. Add 1 beast in 1 of target spirit's lands. I'm going to do land 3. If target spirit has a sacred site in that land, defend 4 there. So now we're defending 4. And then Seed Sail Upon the Wind. Within range 1 of a jungle where I have presence, I'm going to target land 7. So land 7 is now a jungle until time passes. Gather. I can gather an explorer. Okay. All right. Interesting. So now we have an event card. Years of Little Rain. A terrible drought parches the island. You may either let the plants die and the land wither, or act to cease the drought. So if you act to ease the drought, the cost is 4 energy per player aided by water. And I guess this counts as water, right? But I would still need 2 energy. I can't afford it. I don't have any other water available to discard or forget. Well, I guess I could forget one from here, but I don't want to. So I'm not willing to pay the cost, so I'm going to let the plants wither and die, or let the plants die and the land wither. So let's see what that even means. For each board, discard the top minor power. If it lacks water, add 1 blight to a sands. Okay. Towns, cities, and Dahan have -1 health to a minimum of 1 until the end of the turn. All right, so we discard the top minor power. We want it to have water, but it does not. So I need to add a blight to a sands. Now, interestingly, land 7 is not a sands. It is a jungle. Okay. I don't want to add it to land 6 because I'll lose my presence, so I'm going to add it to land 2. Then towns, cities, and Dahan have -1 health. Okay. Beasts attack. Each beast deals 2 damage. Remove any token that destroys a town or city. So, yeah, I'm going to take out this town. Well, no, I guess I won't. I'll take out the explorer and do 1 damage to the town, so I can keep the beast. Canny defense. During ravage in every land, defend 1 per Dahan in the land. All right, that's good. Blighted Island effect, there are none. Fear card, we have earned 1. We're at terror level 1. Retreat. Each player may push up to 2 explorers from an inland land. Well, the only land I could push them from is land 7. And I don't know that I want to. I think I want to keep them grouped together. If I could push them to another land with other explorers, I would. Especially if it was to the coast. But I can't. All right, so I'm just going to leave them. Oh, wait a minute, though. I should think about my slow powers before I do that. Oh, wait a minute. I got to back up a little, too. On Years of Little Rain, towns have -1 health. And then beasts did 2 damage. And there's an explorer here. 1, 2. That takes out the town. And then removes the beast. I forgot they have less lives. There's only 3 health worth of invaders here. So no, I don't think I want to push using the fear card. Okay. So now the explorers ravage in the mountain. Land 3 is empty, and land 7 is a jungle. Then they're going to build in the sand. And land 2, we just discard the disease token, and land 6 is empty now. And we explore in the jungle. That figures. Now I wish I had pushed. So we're going to explore here, here, and here. This is a jungle. Okay, and now it's the slow phase. Oh, you know what? I was going to do this in land 1. I'm going to do it in land 4 now. So range 1, jungle or wetland. Target land 4, 1 damage per Dahan present. There's 1, so 1 damage, takes out the explorer. And then the second tier is 1 fear. And if any Dahan are present, add 1 Dahan. Great. Now, the other innate, a common foe forges alliances. Range 1 in a mountain or sand. Oh, that's a jungle. I did this to myself. I thought I was going to take all that stuff out. I am not, because I can't target it because it's a jungle. Well, phooey. All right, I'm going to target land 2 because it's really my only option. 1 damage per Dahan in adjacent lands. And that's 6 damage there to this one explorer. See, this is it's a complex spirit, and I messed myself up, and I made it, so that's okay. All right, so time passes. Let's take all my reminder tokens back. God, I thought I was going to clear land 7 because it was a mountain, but it wasn't a mountain. It was a jungle. And these go away. All right, so I'm back at the top. I think I probably need to reclaim. All right, yeah, I'm gonna reclaim. I'm gonna get my cards back. I get to add a presence at range 0. I'm gonna take it from the top track. I don't know. I guess I'll put it here. Didn't really have a preference. So now I gain 2 energy. And I can play 2 cards. I don't need to worry about any ravages this time, so I don't need to defend. So I should probably try and prevent the build in land 1 and try and take out land 7 again, if I can. I won't be able to take it out necessarily, but I can mostly empty it. Unless I'm able to repeat the power. So what would it take to do that? Probably these 2 cards. That would get me, sun, earth, fire, air. Then I would need another sun and earth, and I can not get both. So I won't be able to repeat the power. What do I want to do? Well, maybe I do want to defend. Won't be able to defend. Man, I was thinking about changing land 1 to be a sand, and then defending it and counterattacking. But both of my defense cards require either the sacred site or beasts to be there, or to be able to target it. Well, I guess I should go back to just playing these 2 cards then. Not worrying too much about the jungle. Oh. Okay. I've got a plan. We'll see if it makes any sense. I'm not even going to pick an element because it's not going to matter, but I do get the second tier of this one. So let's pay for both of these. Yeah, first I am going to make I'm going to go in the other order. I'm going to make land 1 amount. No, I can't do that either. Son of a gun. What was I thinking? I can make it a sand, but I sure don't want to. Paid for these. Get my money back. I have no idea what I'm doing. I do want to play these, though. I just don't know what I want to do with them. I really just want the elements, I guess. And if that's the case, it might be cheaper to do this and make this a fire. So I'll still have a sun and an earth and a fire and an air. Okay. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter, but I'll defend 3. It's got to be at range 0. I guess I'll defend 3 here because there's a beast. Sure. I don't think it matters. And now I can turn 1 land into a sand. I'm going to... man. I'm going to target land 5 and make it a sand. Targeting from land 6. And instead of pushing, I'm going to add a wilds. Okay. That was a thinker. So now we get an event. And we're on stage 2. Smaller ports spring up. On each board with exactly 1 coastal city, add 1 town to a coastal land without a city. All right, I don't have to do that. Stricken. In lands with disease or strife, invaders skip ravage actions. We don't have to worry about that. And settlers encroach too far. On each board, choose a land with a town and Dahan. And there is no such land. Push 1 town per 2 Dahan there. All right, so that didn't do anything. No blighted island effects, no fear cards. So go on to the invader actions, and they ravage in the sand. So land 2 is empty, land 6 is empty, and land 5 is also a sand with no invaders. Now we build in the jungle. It's going to be land 1. And explore the coast. Okay. Now, range land 7. I'm going to target with the common foe forges alliances. It's range 1. It's a mountain. So first 1 damage per Dahan in adjacent lands. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And that gets me a fear card. And then the second piece is add 1 strife and gain 1 fear. Okay, now time passes. All the land types revert. And we're back at the growth phase. So jungles are going to ravage. Land 1 will be affected by that, but I can't stop these builds in lands 2 and 3 because it's coast and I can't change coastal status. I can only change land types. I'm going to do grow 3 and gain a card. And I could really use a card. Oh no, I only have so many. Oh yeah, I do. Boy. Okay. I got options. I'd ideally like a card with both water and plant elements. And then I can use my first innate to the full tier. No water among them. So that's not going to happen. I do have hazards spread across the island, and I really like that card. Plus it's free. The promises of protection could be really useful for me too. I'm going to take promises of protection. And now I can add a presence and move a presence. I'm trying to figure out which track I even want to take it from, because there's some good options here. Man, I want all this stuff. I'm going to go top track. Range 1. I think I'm going to go back in these wetlands. And now I can move a presence 1. And I can move a presence 1 because of my growth, and then I can also move a presence 1 afterwards. But I don't know if I want to. Oh, okay, I'm going to move. I'm going to move both of these presents out of land 3. One's going to go there, and then I'm also going to put one there. No, I'm going to leave that one. You know what? Okay, it was like this. I'm going to move one presence for my growth like this, and then from here I'm going to move one presence to here, to these wetlands. So I'm in all the same lands, but I moved where my sacred site is. Yikes. Okay. So now I get 2 energy, and I can play 2 cards. I think I'm going to want to play these 2. Oh, not necessarily. I don't want to play this. So my plan is to make land 1 a wetland and then gather 2 Dahan, and then I want to trigger this. The only way I can do that is to also play this card, I think. Yeah, this is what I'll do. This costs 2 energy. Oh. Give me an energy back. Well, it's fine. I don't really have a land I can use this on, I don't think. Oh, I guess I do. Okay. This is not what I plan to do. I'm going to do it a little differently. That's fine. I'm going to target... I guess I'm going to target land 2. I'm going to make land 2 a jungle. And I'm going to gather 1 Dahan. From here. Okay. And now my other card, I'm going to make land 1 a wetland. And I'm going to gather 2 Dahan. 1, 2. And I've unlocked the first 2 thresholds of this first innate. Okay, time for an event. We're at terror level 1, so it's investigation of dangers. On each board, add 1 explorer to a land without invaders or Dahan. Well, I guess that's... I'm going to go with land 6. I don't want to put it where the blight is in 5. Prey on the unwary. Each beast destroys 1 explorer. Add 1 beast on a board without 1. Alright, well there's no explorers and beasts in the same lands, but there is a beast, so I don't add any. Rouse the spirits. Each spirit with at least 3 Dahan among all its lands may use a slow power now instead of later. 1, 2, 3, yeah. I've got 3. Nice. So I can use a slow power now. And my only slow power is this one, and I'm going to use it. So land 1 is a wetlands right now. So it is within range 1. It is a wetland. I'm going to do 1 damage per Dahan present. So that's 3 damage. 1, 2 for the town, and then 3. And then 1 fear. And if any Dahan are present, add 1 Dahan. Okay. Now it would be Blighted Island effects. There are none. 1 earned fear card. We're at terror level 1. Invaders do not build in lands with cities. Okay, well, don't have any of those. So now they're going to ravage in the jungle. Land 4 is a jungle, but land 1 is a wetland. So there's nowhere to ravage. Build in the coast. That's 3 towns. And explore sand, which is going to be land 6. Land 2 is a jungle. All right, then we go to the slow phase, but I don't have anything to do because I already used my slow power. So we go to time passes. These land types revert. And we're in the growth phase. How can I take some of this out? All right, I'm going to... Jeez Louise. I'm going to do growth 3. Gain a power card. I'm going to go for another minor, I think. I just don't have the energy for a major. We've got a couple 0 energies. This one is 2 fear. The next time an invader is destroyed in target land this turn, 1 fear. Okay, I can make use of that. Or also, call to guard. Gather up to 1 Dahan. Then if Dahan are present, either defend 1 per Dahan, or after invaders are added or moved to target land, 1 damage to each added or moved invader. Yeah, I think I can use that pretty effectively, even though I like the fear one. So now I can add a presence and move a presence, and I'm going to add from the top track so I get that second any element. Although, it would be handy to have 3 card plays now. I'm going to add from the bottom right there. And then I can move a presence 1. I'm going to do this. Just kidding. I'm going to do this. And then I can move another presence 1. And I think I'm going to do this. Okay, now I get 2 energy. I can play up to 3 cards. I think it's going to be these 3. So that's going to cost 2 energy. Let's go with it. And then let's look at my elements. I've got 2 sun and 2 earth and a fire and an air. So I've unlocked all of this. I've got an animal and a moon. And then let's see, sun, moon, fire, air. Oh, I'm missing plant and water. Ugh, I'm going to be 1 element away from this bottom one as well. That's too bad. All right, let's do this. No more waiting. So first, call to guard, range 1. I'm going to target land 2. Gather up to 1 Dahan. Take from here. Yeah, I'm changing my mind on the fly, but that's okay. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay, keep going. Then, if Dahan are present, either defend 1 per Dahan, or, I'm going to choose the second option, after invaders are added or moved to target land, 1 damage to each added or moved invader. Now, I'm going to use this one. I'm going to target land 3 from land 3. So that mountain is a mountain. That's I'm not going to mark it. That's easy to remember. And now I can push up to 2 explorers and towns or Dahan. I'm going to push both the explorer and the town into land 2. And then because they were moved, each one takes 1 damage. So it takes out the explorer, injures the town. And now I can, for Guardian Serpents, add a beast to one of my lands. I'm going to do land 2. And if it's a sacred site, defend 4. So I am defending 4 in land 2. Do an event. Still a healthy island, so provincial seat. On each board, choose a land with a city and build there. There are no cities, thankfully. Beasts chase off homesteaders. On each board, push up to 2 explorers or 1 town from a land with beasts. I don't think I want to do that, so I'm not going to. And then rally to the defense of distant kin. On each board, gather 1 Dahan into a land with Dahan. In that land, defend 1 per Dahan. Wow. It's not up to 1 Dahan, though. I think I have to do it, which is going to kind of mess up what I was doing a little bit, but I guess I'm going to gather 1 of these into land 1. Right on each board, gather 1 Dahan into a land with Dahan. In that land, defend 1 per Dahan. All right, so now it's Blighted Island effects, none, no fear cards. So we ravage in the coast. Land 3 is empty. Land 2 does 5 damage, but I'm defending 4. So then the Dahan counterattacks and does 2 damage, which means I can only take out 1 of the towns. Or I can take out, that one and the Explorer. So that earns me a fear card. I'm at terror level 2. And then we have here a town and 1, 2, 3 explorers. So that's 5 damage. But in that land, because of the event, I am defending 1 for each Dahan, which is 5. And then the Dahan counterattack and just wipe it out. Okay. That was the coastal ravage. Now build in the sand. Oh, man. Okay. And explore the mountains. All right, let's see if I can end this here. Jungle or wetlands? No. I'm not going to be able to end it, but I'm going to target with this first innate land 1. I get 1 fear. Only of the second tier, not the first. And if any Dahan are present, add 1 Dahan. Okay. And then a common foe forges alliances. I have the whole thing. So tier 1, I'm going to target land 2. 1 damage per Dahan in adjacent lands. So there's 6 in land 1, 2 in land 3. So that's 8 damage. That's enough to take out the city and the town. 1, 2, 3. Then tier 2 is 1 fear and add a strife. There's no one to add the strife to. And then I can repeat this power. And maybe I should clarify this on the card. I have to look at some other spirits from the game as examples, but the intent was repeated in the same land, so I don't think I can use it on land 6. So again, it would be 1 damage per Dahan in adjacent lands. There's no invaders to damage, but I still get tier 2 again, 1 fear and 1 strife. And that's it for those. So now it's time passes, and I've just got to get rid of that town in land 6 before the build. So I'm going to reclaim, and I can add a presence at range 0. And I'm going to do it from the top track. And I'll put it in land 0. Land, let's say 6. And then I can move one presence range 1. So I'll move one from this sand to this jungle, just so I'm in all the different land types around land 6. Now I gain 2 energy. And I've just got to take out that town fast. Or at least before the build. So I think I just need a bunch of Dahan in land 6. Oh, I know what I can do. I'm going to play these 2 cards. 1 energy each. I'm not going to worry about the elements. So let's get into the fast phase. I'm going to target land 6 from land 7. So land 6 is now a mountain. And I can push up to 2 explorers, towns, or Dahan. So I'll push an explorer and a town. Now I'm going to target land 1 from land 2. I can't target it from land 6 because 6 is a mountain. But I can target it from land 2. So land 1 is a sand now. And I'm going to add a wilds. I don't need to push anything. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So let's do an event. I hope it doesn't mess me up. A strange madness among the beasts. They grow even wilder and more savage. You may let them rampage unto death or guide the madness. If you let them rampage, each beast destroys a Dahan, and then remove 1 beast from each board. Or, for 3 energy aided by animal, I can remove any number of beasts, and each spirit may push 1 beast to an adjacent land. And I am going to want to do that, looking at the rest of the card. So, cost 3 energy aided by animal. So why don't I just discard this from hand? I'll forget it. So that's worth 4 energy. So I remove any number of beasts. Imagine 0 is a number, but just in case, I'll remove 1. I want to make sure I get it right. And then each spirit may push 1 beast to an adjacent land. I'm going to push this beast to an adjacent land. Now, Savage Frenzy. Each beast destroys 1 explorer and deals 2 damage, which takes out the town. And that's the game. But my intent was when the Ravage came around, land 1 was a sand and it was packed full of Dahan, so it would blight. I would lose a presence there, but the Dahan would counterattack and take out the town before any builds happened. So that's it. I think that went pretty well. I think the changes that I made were definitely improvements to this spirit. It was more fun anyway. The innates were a little easier to hit now, but I think it was the right amount of challenge to try and hit the higher level of those innates and be able to use them. So hopefully this demonstrated how this spirit works and some of the fun things it can do. And with a little luck, you want to play it too. But I like it. I'm pretty proud of it. Again, this is spirit number 2, Mover of Shifting Seasons, from my Radical Adaptations set of 5 spirits. The first one, if you haven't watched the videos yet, they're already out. It's Outstretched Wings of Bitter Cold. This was number 2. And I'll just give you a little teaser. The third one, and you'll see this in a couple weeks, is Ghosts of 1,000 Generations. So you can look forward to that. That's all I've got for this time. So I hope you had a good time. If you did, please, subscribe, like, leave a comment. I would really, really be interested in your comments on these homebrew spirits. So let me know what you think. Other than that, have a good one, and I'll see you next time on Table for One.